It can absolutely happen to anybody. You want to put him away?
This local mother and her toddler nearly died after a simple mistake that has been happening to a whole lot of people. You know about the newer cars with those keyless ignitions. It's so cool and convenient. Makes it easy to start that car. You don't have to put the key in, touch of a button and all that, but it's also easier to forget to turn off the car. And if you park in an enclosed garage, it's the kind of mistake that could actually kill you. And now investigative reporter Jody Fleischer explains what you need to know to keep your whole family safe.
We've tracked more than 24 injuries and deaths around the country, with families left wondering how this could happen. So we decided to test more than a dozen popular cars like this one. We found you can actually leave the car running, take the key fob with you, and the car gives no exterior warning. If you park in an enclosed garage, it can be a killer convenience. Constance Pateau never thought twice about the push-button starter on her car until it almost killed her and her toddler.
He just completely went limp in my arms. The most terrifying moment of my entire life.
The busy mom was ending her workday, pulling into her garage.
As I came in, I wanted the garage door to be closed when the conference call started, so I went ahead and I pushed the button to close the door. And I think in my head, I just told myself that I had pushed this button and not this one.
A mistake that sent carbon monoxide flooding through their home as they got ready for bed.
My son woke up around 12:30 and was screaming.
She thinks little Parker had a headache because she now knows the levels were high enough to have killed them within a few more minutes.
Once I got dizzy, I knew I needed to get out of there and walked down the stairs, opened the garage door, and saw that the taillight was on.
Bill and Wu Thomason likely never realized their mistake. The couple's Toyota Avalon ran for 32 hours as they slept.
We know that they went to bed that night and didn't wake up.
Their sons, Dave and Will, live here in Atlanta and rushed to Greenville, South Carolina, but it was too late.
By the time they were found, they were essentially brain dead. You know, you can't prepare for something like this.
The active retirees had just renewed their wedding vows after 50 years and adored their 5 grandchildren, who they won't get to see grow up.
Oh, it's been just absolutely terrible.
Made worse by the number of times they've now heard the same story in Queens, New York, Boca Raton, Florida, just outside Chicago, Maryland, North Carolina. The brothers are now suing Toyota, which has already settled with several other families.
Hell yeah, it makes me angry. We've lost our parents.
Nobody's in the car. It's been running, forever long. The car should have an automatic cutoff. I mean, that's, to me, a very easy fix.
Records show since 2011, the federal government has been studying the need for an external alert to be placed on cars, but has yet to require car companies to do anything.
There's probably 25 other things that car makers do for safety. Well, this is a life and death safety thing, and it seems to me to be an easy thing for them to address, and they're not addressing it.
We tested more than a dozen of the most popular cars to see what happens when you leave it running and walk away with the key fob. Some made no sound at all. The Chevy Impala had the loudest alert, using the car's horn. Constance missed the 3 little beeps her car made, and she's lived with the guilt ever since.
I absolutely take responsibility for what happened, and I think that it could happen to anybody.
But she says the price for being distracted or forgetful should not be death.
We were incredibly lucky. We absolutely wouldn't be here.
Now, we've already heard from hundreds of you on our Facebook page, some saying, well, drivers should remember to turn off the car. But think about this. Your car reminds you to put your seatbelt on or to turn off your headlights. So the argument is, if this can be deadly, why not have a very noticeable alert or an automatic shutoff, since the car companies know this is happening?
Yeah, it's kind of silly to be that callous on Facebook when we're talking about life or death. Jody, so in the meantime, until the car companies make a change, which I'm guessing that is going to occur, you want to have a carbon monoxide detector.
That is another good point. And they're not nearly as common as smoke detectors, and they should be. A carbon monoxide detector is only about $15. It plugs into an outlet and can absolutely save you, especially if you park in an attached garage.
I'm getting anxiety now thinking about it, right?
Yeah, that's a very good idea, though, to have the carbon
Think
monoxide
twice and
detector.
turn off the car.
Because these cars are so quiet now. Thanks, Jody. If you want to see how your car did in our keyless ignition test, we've posted videos for more than a dozen on our website. So have a good deep look at this right now at our homepage, WSBTV.com, also at our news app.